We've been looking at the markup part of hypertext markup language. Now it's time to look at the hypertext part. In particular, we're going to change this text here, sign up for our official email list, into a link to the actual email list sign up. The tag for making a link is just the letter A, which stands for anchor. It's a little cryptic. You wouldn't necessarily guess that A stands for anchor, which means a link, but because it's such a common tag, it's nice that it's short. Let's take a look at how to make one. Remember the standard structure for tags in HTML. We've got an opening tag like this, A, and then the closing tag with a slash. And then there's an additional bit of information that an anchor tag needs, which is the hypertext reference, or href. So href equals, and then I'll just put in the address, which is learnnf.com/email. I need to put in http://learnnf.com/email. This here is called an attribute. The name of the attribute is href, and its value is this string with the address. We'll be seeing lots of examples of this sort of attribute structure throughout the rest of this tutorial. And with this, we've actually made a link to the email page. Let's save this, refresh. This should be the standard blue for a link. Actually, it might be purple if I've already followed the link. We'll see that in a second. Okay, so it's blue. Now if I follow that link, here's the email sign up. And if I go back, now you can see that it's changed to purple, which is the standard behavior in HTML for a followed link. Let's put everything together by adding a paragraph that has links and formatted text. This will help us reinforce the material from this section and the previous section. Let's go here. This is going to be under background. I'm going to put in a paragraph tag with some information about Learn Enough to be Dangerous. Learn Enough to be Dangerous is an outgrowth of the Ruby on Rails tutorial, and I'm going to put in a link to the Ruby on Rails tutorial like this: anchor, href, railstutorial.org, and the softcover publishing platform. That will also be a link. This page is part of the sample site for Learn Enough HTML to be Dangerous. And that Learn Enough HTML to be Dangerous will be not only an anchor tag, but we're going to link to an emphasized version of it because it's the title of the book. I didn't emphasize Ruby on Rails tutorial because this is actually more than just a book. It's a book and videos. And actually, of course, this is also a book and videos, but it started off as the sample site for just the book, so I'm going to emphasize it. Actually, let's build it up like this. So let's do em. I'll do a tab trigger. And then I'm going to put this inside an anchor tag. There we go. Oops, and that's actually a comma, which teaches the basics of HTML. And I'm going to make the H, T, M, and L strong to emphasize where the name comes from. You can see how useful the tab triggers are here. H, hyper, text, markup, language. Oh, and there should be spaces in here. So hypertext, then space markup, space language. Language. The universal language of the World Wide Web. Save that. Let's take a look at it. Looking good. And we can also add in one more line, which is that other related tutorials can be found at learnenough.com. Oh, by the way, that tab trigger, a tab, shows a useful convention, which is that if you want to kind of mock out the href, you don't want to put it in yet, you don't know what it is necessarily, you can fill this in and leave this hash symbol as the URL. It can't be empty, so if you do this, it shows up as visited. Actually, let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, you can see it says a href and then there's nothing. It's just href. Let me zoom in here. So this is not a valid link. If you validated this page, it would come up invalid. Whereas if you put in this here just to act as a placeholder, now this is a correctly formed href. But in this case, we actually know the URL, which is learnenough.com. Actually, let me show you what happens if you leave this off. Oops, I should say this. Okay, I need a period too. Okay, we can inspect this. You can see that it's missing the http:// and so if I follow it, oh, your file was not found. This is a really common source of errors on web pages. You can see it's trying to find file:///users mhartle repos sample website /learnenough.com. That's no good. It's because we forgot to put in the HTTP. Hypertext Transfer Protocol ://learnenough.com. And for completeness, I just like to put this trailing slash here. It's not actually necessary, but it looks nicer to my eyes. You can see it shows up as purple because I've already visited the site in this browser, and there it is. By the way, it's a good idea just to quickly go through these, opening these in new tabs, just to make sure that they're not broken. Working, working, working. Good. We now see the results of all of that formatting. We've got these 4 links here, and Learn Enough HTML to be dangerous is properly emphasized here inside the link. And that's because we nested the M tag inside the A tag right here. Filling in the bios is left as an exercise, and just for convenience, I'm going to fill them with lorem ipsum text. There's a tab trigger for this. This is a common convention on the web just to use this text as filler. You should read up on it. It's actually fun. It's a fragment of Cicero that is often used in this context, just as dummy text to indicate the structure of the document. But if you follow the exercises, which I definitely recommend, you'll be filling in this lorem ipsum text with actual bios of the Learn Enough founders.